Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. Hope you're all doing well. I'm Adam Steele and this is Hot Pole Studios. I've decided to do a slightly longer stream today, a little bit more chilled out, in what is quite possibly going to be the most technical broadcast that I ever do. Let's just have a look at that bitrate stream over there. Have I set this to crazy numbers? I have indeed. What have I done? That's weird. It's a bit of an echo. Shouldn't be. It's going out at double the bitrate it should be. 1, 2, 1, 2. Oh, right, okay. 1, 2. No, that makes no sense at all. 1, 2. How about now? Still got the issues. Anything to do with echo still on there? Because there shouldn't be. Not sure why there would be any echo on there, because my other mic is turned off. 1, 2, is this thing on? Welcome everybody. I'm not sure why things are going a little bit weird. Yep, as in that sorted it, or yep, there's still delay? Be clear everybody, still there. I don't know why that would be. Properties, maybe I do. Let's try that, there we go. How's that now? Changing the settings tends to do wonders for your stream setup. As I was about to say, this is quite possibly the most technically complicated stream that I've done in a long time. And so we will see the results on stream tonight. Yeah, echoing left ear because that was probably the microphone coming through and then being processed and then coming through properly. OBS is having a bit of a fit because I have got new things with which we will be doing stuff today. So I'll tell you about some of the gear after I roll the intro. There we go. So yes, lots and lots of shiny gear, and trying to get it all to play together nicely has been fun today. So that's been most of my day, is trying to get everything ready for this stream. Now if I switch over to camera 2, you'll see that I'm going to be using the Hughes & Kettner Black Spirit 200 with these two bad boys, which are my new Signal Art reamp boxes. So they are going to sound absolutely incredible. But also, what else is new? So let's just swing it round. You can see that everything's got a nice blue glow on it. Very, very nice. The keyboard is there just for today, just to make it easier for me. But what's this? An Elgato. That's an Elgato Stream Deck XL. Oh, and I know I need to tidy up. This is me spending 4 hours setting up today and then realising it was nearly time to stream. and then just streaming. So that Stream Deck means that I can change all the cameras and such for this. If anybody's not seen the new studio setup. Because that is absolutely bananas. So you can see the audio on the bottom left channel, YouTube on the right, multi-view and OBS, and it's all getting a bit silly. But yes, let's just move me round to the other side of this camera so you can see what I'm going to be using hopefully tonight is these three beauties. So on the left is my Stratocaster, but with the new Evertune. In the middle is my Washburn XB600, which, no, Chris, I haven't got around to putting the new pickup in yet. And on the right is the Vola. The Vola Oz. This thing is an absolute pleasure to play, and it looks very pretty as well. It's very dark because the camera was set for this, so you can see what I'm doing on the amp. So I'm just going to set that and make sure it's roughly in focus so you can see what's going on. And so here I am. Now, also, in the live room, I've got two cabinets set up that you can see just behind the drum kit, so hopefully I'll be using the drum kit today as well. I got that all set up and tuned, clipped a few mics to it, but haven't had chance to actually plug them in, so that might be part of the stream. But it's a songwriting stream, so it might not happen. Drums are not my strong point, so there may be no need. But the two cabs behind it, there's the 4x12, which has a couple of mics on it, and that's the guitar amp. But on the right of that is my Zilla 2x12 bass Fat Boy. So I'll be using that Lewitt mic, the 640 Rex, on a bass cab, and trying that out in a bit with, and I'll just go back to camera 2, further over here, the new Ampeg preamp pedal. So I'm going to be using that for my bass tone, probably using the Black Spirit 200 to feed the sound through the cab. So that's going to be very nice. So I'm testing out lots and lots of gear today. Oh, and also, I've just installed, and this is an absolute mess, and I apologise to any engineers before I show you this. But like I said, it's been mad busy and I've not had time to do anything. Yeah. All hail the mess. This is what you don't see on camera, ladies and gentlemen. I've got these, and these, there we go. These little clever devices. I know it's a little dark, but again, bear with me. Those are, he says, kicking the camera, 4 channels each of Ethernet, or Cat5 or Cat6 cable, basically, to 4 channels of XLR, and I've got the accompanying half. There's one in the vocal booth, and there's one right next to where those guitar cabinets go. And so we're going to be plugging them in at some point very soon. So, like I said, I've been very busy today, making sure that that all gets installed. So now it all works, and now I'm happy with most of it, although I will be testing it all tonight. I will be, once I'm happy with it all, tidying it up, putting the cables, you know, behind things, put the cables where they should go. Sorry, I've been running around in the last half hour. I've not even had a chance to drink my coffee. But yes, we will be making a song tonight for Mr. Ben Ulmer, Bengineering. So if there's any Ben fans in the chat, hello. Good to see you all. It's an honour and a privilege to be making music for somebody. No pressure. And so that means I'm going to have to start somewhere. Yeah. And the starting somewhere is going to involve probably a guitar for me, so I'm going to switch to the screen for Reaper so you can still see me. In fact, no. I'm going to do something slightly weird for me. I'm just going to make sure that all my MIDI devices are right, because the keyboard... There we go, yeah, it's enabled. The keyboard wasn't plugged in before, but that's quite often my go-to in songwriting, despite being a guitarist first. Weird, I know. But I've been absolutely loving some of the Arturia stuff recently, so I'm going to make sure... Yeah, XLR over Ethernet. Marty, honestly, it's amazing. You get 4 channels hardwired, and because it's all cross-wired, and it really, really, really works well. I thought there'd be a load of crosstalk again across the channels, but there isn't. It's really, really good. So there we go. Let's just minimize that. Yeah, it's surprisingly good so far. I've just had chance to test one of the channels all the way from my vocal booth, which is over there if we need the vocal booth. I've been changing things in there as well, so there's now a dedicated headphone amp in there. I've put the Lewitt 440 Pure microphone on a stand, new music stand. The other side of that, the XLR over Ethernet thing. XLR over Ethernet, that is the name of it. And a nice new headphone extension that's a proper no-trick one. Will there be a separate review on... Hopefully there'll be a separate review on a lot of things. But yes, there are lots and lots of videos coming, but first, I need material to do the reviews with. And it just so happens that I'm going to be doing a song today where... so many emails. Everybody, I'm busy, go away. Yeah, so many things I can test by making an entire song. Yeah, less signal loss over the length with Ethernet cable. Maybe, but consider that a balanced XLR should go 100 meters anyway. Yeah, so I'm really quite happy with how things are turning out in the studio. This is weeks and months of upgrades and prep. I've even got this camera on a new Magicam, a proper Beastie Manfrotto Magicam. So if I poke the camera now, I'm really hitting the camera. That's not moving too much. But yeah, I was really impressed by these XLR over Ethernet things. It means I don't need to run a big, thick multi-core, a second one anyway. So I can have as many channels as I like in the studio. And, yes. Oh. Sorry, I'm just enjoying my coffee because I've not had a chance to have one for a long time. Now let's get these VST instruments, and what do I want to write with? You know what? I tend to write well, or at least fairly productively, with a... there we go. With... There we go. That is a Fender Rhodes, essentially. Now let's just make sure... Yep, that works. So... Now what I want to do is I always like the suitcase models because of this. If you're wearing headphones or you're on a big stereo system, listen to this. Not sure I like that chorus sound. I might try a different chorus type. Ooh, yes, turn the mix down. There we go. So now I can use a sustain pedal to go. Now, that's a slightly downbeat thing that I started playing there, but let's go with E major. That's nice and twinkly. keep coming back to C. C is a terrible key to play in as a guitarist, but it's such an easy key to play in as a keyboard player. Now, Ben did give me a reference. I don't want to play it because it's a copyright strike if I do. But let's just check out the original message that he sent me. Is that it was the end of the series finale credits for Gravity Falls. Upbeat, simple hook for the break-in, and instrumental. So... hook, simple hook. Yeah, that's quite nice. Because then I can have a drum hook underneath it to go ba ba da ba do 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 dra. I can always build more instruments over the top of that have a more twinkly high end. So actually that's a... for that. You guys can't see the tempo, unfortunately, because it's hidden. Let's just see if I can... Nope, that makes it worse. Just full screen this for a minute so you can see what I'm doing with the BPM. So right here is BPM, and you guys can definitely see that now. So that... So in my mind, I'm literally just going 1, 2, 3, 4, and I'm going to tap that out with the mouse. 124 BPM, so just a touch faster than the good old 120. I'm going to switch at this point from 44 kilohertz to 48, because this is kind of destined for film and streams and stuff. Oh, hello. That made the amp in there go pop because I changed all the settings. Oops. Works fine though. It's fine. Never mind. That's absolutely fine. So that should, in theory... Oh god, that's another thing you can do with an electric piano is you can go... Let's not do that anymore in case we get in trouble from the Nintendos. Adam's piano does what Nintendo don't. It's funny with an electric piano how you can go from that kind of to a really honky kind of in the round. Anyway, let's get a click going. Metronome. And actually I need to add a click source because otherwise you're not going to hear it. So I need to add a click track. I don't need it to be 49 minutes long, but let's start with EP and name that one click. So there we go, you can hear that now. So I'm going to start sketch padding in this idea. I might take a few takes to get the lick just right, the hook. Because that sounds like it should be E, A, B. Very simple, very classic chord structure, nothing complicated there, which means that it's easy to do. Oh yeah, I can do an ultra cheesy ending as well, because then we've got the... I'm probably going to make this about a 4-minute song, but I'm going to have the intro, instrumental, probably a mid-late section somewhere, and end on that kind of pizza, fried chicken, chili? What? Sorry, I don't get that. But yeah, I mean, that's what the electric piano does for you, the Fender Rhodes, because you only need to do a couple of clumsy suspensions. And it just sounds so nice. So I'm just going to start off with our little opening lick. And that's such a simple part that I may have just got it first time. Yeah! So I'm going to start markering things now. And I probably don't have to work... Oh, helps when you can spell. Intro hook. Probably don't have to do this in a perfectly linear way, because this is just songwriting. I can always jam stuff together. So it was that kind of... Yeah, for someone who claims not to be a songwriter, this is coming out relatively quick. I should probably save this under Bengineering happy song. Ah! There we go. Whoa, I think that might just have done that, and Warren Hewitt sending me text and making me nearly cack myself. I need to quit Skype so that I don't accidentally do a poo in the middle of the stream. But I think, yeah, Nash Drift, wish I had your setup. Well, thank you. But this is 10 years of building and building and building and building and being relentless, and anybody can do it if you are sufficiently obsessed. It's taken me this long to get to where I am. But it's amazing what you can do without a setup like this as well. If anybody's ever heard the theme that Ben has on his channel currently, that he's Bengineering, that one, I made that one as well, but I made that in my front room of my 1-bedroom flat at the time, with nothing but a guitar and a microphone, and that was it. So I took advantage of what I had and had an idea and executed on that idea, and I didn't need all this. This is lovely. This is great. I love everything that I've collected and done here, but the nice stuff here is nice and is the extra 5% on top. And to make music, you don't need that extra 5%. You just need to be obsessed and determined. But as you do it more and more and more and more, I find in my experience, oh, there was that rough note, that if you do it enough and you do it for money enough, then people do start rewarding you, and you then take advantage of the situation and end up with a nice place. So, let's have a listen. Right, so up to there, and I'll split the MIDI there. That is, let's make sure that's not sounding. That's what I would call the verse loop. So verse loop, and that's probably a middle 8 turn. And I mean, that's already a minute's worth of music, and that's without any loops. So I'm just going to add in that the ending that we had. I might be able to use the ending, quote unquote, in the middle of the song as well. Now let's try that again. This is where the derp starts to shine through. Yeah, I think that nice little sustain pedal E major thing there works quite well. Let's see what I did. One, two, yeah. Yeah, that it caught my kind of ear, as it were, to do the syncopated thing at the end, because I wanted to do something that felt a little longer but just wasn't rigid, of just and so on and so on. So I'm upstairs if you want some vocals. Josh, is that you? Yeah. So that's what I would definitely call the ending hook. Right. I think we're getting somewhere in terms of hooks now. So now we have to build that from the verse loop, which, if I remember, was just E, A, E, A. Hello, NP. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I've now finished my coffee. And as such, I very quickly need to nip upstairs and do the other thing that happens when you put liquids in. So I will be back in 2 minutes. Grab yourselves a drink, make yourselves at home. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. Oh, there we go. Right, so, where are we? We've got the verse loop, we've got the mid-8 turn. Let's move things. Back in a second. It's John Brown. Okay, there we go. Sorry, if one thing isn't happening, the other thing's happening. Just get random calls from John Brown from Monuments these days. Right, my life is strange. What I wanted to do is make sure that started at the start of a bar, so I could move these closer to the start. I could invite John over, but we're trying to do the whole social distancing and bubble whatnot. So let's make sure you can see the screen. Yeah, he's a good egg, is John, and I like talking to him, but I just had to send him a message like, I'm busy. Right, hopefully these will overlap quite well. These look like they're being presented to us in drum mode, so I will change these to rectangles so we can actually see the length of the notes. Right, this whole thing is slightly early, and I unfortunately do that a lot, so I'm just going to move it back and audition it like that. So everything actually starts on a nice even bar now. Save. And where am I? So let's just copy this out so that it starts and finishes and just goes on for the twice. What? Uh-oh. Need to make sure that there is a sustain pedal in here somewhere. Is it CC? Yeah, CC64. I need to add in an off on at the start so that it triggers. Of course, with this just being a simple EA, I can then add extra instruments, jam over the top of the second time, maybe do like a nice, tasteful, mostly clean guitar that's sat quite back in the mix. Let's add our middle 8 section in. Yeah, that whole thing is definitely pushed in terms of the rhythm. Uh-oh. Right, I think with this being for like background music, again, let's just make sure that these hold pedal commands don't overlap. Right, so I've put all my markers in weird places. That's fine. Verse loop, mid 8 turn, and ending hook. And it's going to be just over 2 minutes, but I can always extend it out with extra sections and extra instrumentation as I go. So this actually needs to be earlier. Yes, so again, for anyone who came in a little later, where is it? The left-right panning is because this is a suitcase model of the electric piano, and the suitcase model has the left-right panning inbuilt in. I've made it quite intense. I've always liked that sound. Okay. So, I think we've got a basis for a recording here. So let's turn that off and no, before we get guitars in, let's just get some scratch drums. Before I actually play anything, scrath drums. Let's add in good old Superior Drummer 3. Let that load for a minute. And let's look at the presets. I want something that's what do I want? Tight and dry. Dry 70s? Let that load. That'll do for now. And let's just open that back up and look at the grooves. So I want something that's straight ahead. And any. So I want standard, straight, 4/4, hi-hat open. And don't want metal. I don't really want fills, I just want beats. Let's just go for straight ahead. Listen what this looks like. Come on, there's got to be something simple. Come on, something simple. Not a Purdy shuffle, but I will remember that one. Pushy medium? That sounds okay, but not what I'm thinking. Where's the... Come on, all I want is just something that's da 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 bum bum da da bum da. Something that's almost boring is what I want. Sixteenths. Oh, no. Ben did give me free rein, yes. So he gave me an example of something he had in mind that he liked. And beyond that said, go. Beat normal time. nothing is working for me, so I'm just going to have to make something myself. And that's fine. Try jazz drums. No, thanks. That's not what's in my head. Jazz drums won't give me the straight ahead. Let's view these as drum notes. Literally want this to be happy, simple, straight. Oh, this is on 16th dotted, so I need them to be straight now. Nice and simple. Go away. Tata 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 tata. That'll do. No lo-fi chill hop. Not today, Danny. Not today. I've got a certain thing in mind, and so I'm going with it. Add me some more new MIDI item. So this should be bop bop da bom da bom bop da bom da bom. See if that gets it right. See if I can draw a line there by holding the control, and then that one, da 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 da, and copy that to the floor tom. Ba da ba. They don't need to be that hard. So it's in my head. That's now going ba da ba. There we go. And let's just slide that a little. A nice little thing I like to do is I've made a drum loop here, but I can just cut a little bit out and just move a drum. The drums probably sound too dry now. Let's try something that's not quite so dry. I want something that doesn't sound ridiculous. Let's try small Yamaha. See what that's like. That sounds like it's some sort of a basis now for... Sneeze, though. Excuse me. Ah, that's better. Oh, I feel human again. Oh. So let's get those drums over there and... Okay. Have fun there, Boo Ninja. So I want a new MIDI item. And let's get that inserted. So I wanted ba da 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 da. Harder than that. Tick, tick. Let's take snap off because it goes a little slower there. Right, and I need something for the middle. That's all way behind the bar, so that all needs to be pushed back forward again. Okay, getting there. My mind, this is two separate parts. So this needs me to insert a new MIDI item on the correct track. So this can get a little bit more funky. Snap is off. Da. Bom bom da bom. Ten. Okay, so I'm kind of playing off the melody there. Ah, nice. Get that in the right place. Sorry, it's two separate bits, because even though I've copied a bit over there, it doesn't work with the offbeat thing the second time round. Alright. Oh, MIDI's tons of fun. It's also hell in a handbasket, but... Right, so I'm going to start with adding some ride in here. There we go. Need more ride. Like I need more cowbell. There we go. And paste it all in there. There we go. Now I'll go da 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 da. Alright, let's listen from the start, see what we've got, see if anything weird comes up. Dad's sending me photos. Oh, he's taking apart his new Marshall. New old Marshall from 1978. Alright, let's have a listen right the way through this. And if there's nothing standing out as particularly weird, start adding instrumentation. Without the click source, thank you. Right, so that stood out to me that it suddenly rushes the piano back in. So I'm just going to pull it back. Oh, isn't that nice? Cool. So, yeah. I certainly shouldn't still have an echo. No, I'm pretty sure I don't have an echo at this point. That might be on your side. Anyway, if you are commenting about the echo thing, you may be watching. They may be commenting on the video whilst watching an hour behind. Probably guitar next. So yes, clean guitar. This is where it gets a little clever. So what I'm going to be doing is capturing the DI. I think I'll be starting with the Evertune Strat for the main sound. May need to get the tools out for that because I think I tuned it in drop D. But that's easy enough to fix. So I'll go DI, 640 condenser, 640 dynamic, and the extinct audio ribbon. So let's have a look at sorting this out. So I've got a DI box here, which is already plugged in, the Simple Way J1, which is one of my favourite DI boxes right now. Simple Way stuff is very, very good kit. So I'm going to grab said guitar, which will be in drop D, but will be perfectly in tune. Now I've not touched that in days. Let's just check that that's plugged in the right places and coming through the right places. So let's look at the screen. So the DI should be coming in through input 20 if I've plugged the right thing in. It's entirely possible I haven't though. There's no 48 volt light on it, which is a good sign that I've done something stupid. Yeah, like literally not plugged it in. Oh, whatever that was, rip. Sorry everybody, that was not supposed to be on at that time. That was offensive to the ears, rip headphones. There we go. here's an interesting thing with the Evertune. If I grab the strings and I do this, perfectly in tune. Which is rather strange, I must admit, but you get used to it very quickly. Now, one thing I will need to do very quickly is, like I was saying, change the tuning. So I will bring up a copy of Retune, and I'm using just the neck pickup, the neck pickup right now. Is it 2.5mm for these? Yeah, it's 2.5mm. So dig that into the cavity and it does sound hilarious doing this. There we go. So, yes, to answer Danny's question, you are able to do neck bends if you set the system as such. The bottom 3 strings I have set so that that cannot happen. But the top 3 strings I've set so that I can. So you can probably hear that at the D string, when I try and bend the D string, nothing happens. But when I bend the G, I have it set so that it allows me to do that at the end of the upper range. But yeah. Oh, the D's flat. Sounding good. So that's me going through that J1 DI box straight through to the ASP 880 from Audient, and that's it. So what I'm going to do now is oh no, when you grab the neck and flex it, that's the entire point of the Evertune system, is anything you do to the tension of the strings, it will correct for. And I definitely don't want that kind of from the headstock. As cool as that looks for rock and rollers. When you tune your guitar to drop D in front of people, that's because tuning in front of people is generally incredibly unprofessional. I'm doing it on stream because I'm retuning an Evertune. That's why my number 1 bass, which is at home right now, has a lever on it so that I can go from E to drop D at the click of a switch. Because in the middle of a show, you don't want to be taking up the audience's time with something that you really should have done beforehand, or like something that you should have an alternative guitar or an alternative solution to. So what I'm going to do is stop this from coming out of the master output, and I'm going to send this out of, if I remember, output 19. Now you can hear that coming through from the live room because that's the Now, I've not actually plugged in the mics yet, so that's the next stage. I'm going to put this down. I'm going to put this guitar down. Going to make sure that's not set super duper ultra loud, because that reamp box has a lot of output, which is great. But then we need to plug in the microphones. So I need to venture forth into the most live of rooms, and I'm going to take with me my battery powered thing. This probably will give you a slight amount of when I turn this on, hello, slight amount of some sort of acoustic weirdness while I sort this out, but I have, when I sort it, come on, yeah, there we go, stick that in my back pocket, and switch the microphone over. Now canst thou hear me? Yes, good, okay. So I'm now on a lav mic, so you'll see me come into the live room momentarily. That explains why it was so loud. Right, so I've got the Lewitt DTP 440 Rex. I'm just going to pan the camera a little more so you can see a bit more of what's going on rather than just drum kit. And so hopefully I can align these capsules up. They're all plugged in over there, but they are not plugged in yet on the other side. These are all plugged into one of those Ethernet-y audio things down here, which, yeah, I'm going to wire that in. Now, hopefully, the capsules on these are almost lined up. There we go, that's more lined up looking. Hopefully that's the case, because that'll save me a lot of messing around. There we go. Switch back to this camera. There we go. I don't know if this is supposed to be an intro tune for the channel. I guess this is more of an like gentle outro type thing. So there we go. I'm gonna get the less glamorous shot. Apologies again to anybody who has OCD nightmares about cables, because this is all intended to be temporary. This, as soon as we're happy that this all works as expected, it's going to be permanently installed, tidied up, all the rest of that kind of good jazz. But yeah, none of these are plugged in right now. So input 1. So 1 is the condenser element from the Lewitt 640, which should go thusly, and hopefully that should inspire some sound. And the second one is coming from the dynamic element of the 640, which is on 2. So this is also the extent of the length of my XLR cables that I installed, because originally they weren't supposed to go round to the audio side of things. These Ethernet cables that I installed were supposed to be for HDMI signals over Ethernet. And then that never happened. And then I found out that Thomann make these units, and Radial make these Ethernet to analog audio thingies, and they make them for £100 each. And it turns out that they're also made by Thomann for less than £20 each. So I thought, you know what, screw it, I'll get 2 sets. For that price, if they don't work, that's just an experiment where I can say, ah well, tried something, didn't work. But so far, this seems, and we are really about to find out the extent of the success, it seems to be a raging success so far. Let's make sure these are plugged into the right points on the desk. There we go. There we go. So those cables are now plugged in. Let's get the camera back on something that doesn't make your eyes bleed instantly. And let's hear how this sounds. Right, so I want that camera. I can see I want to assign these sequentially to 17 to 19, and I want to hear them all. Oh yeah. Nice. So I want more gain on that, less gain on that. Maybe a touch less gain on that. And so that does sound nice. There's a tiny little bit of noise in the background from me using single coils. And I need to change a few settings around here. But so I know Ben well, I've been watching his channel on and off for many, many years. And also I'm a big Loading Ready Run fan. And I made a song for Ben. Here's Bengineering, Bengineering. That song I made a good few years ago now, and just said like, hey, we made this. And so Ben knows who I am then, and then I did a thing for Desert Bus, and it just, yeah, me and my partner Mickey were at one point quite active contributors to the Bengineering community. We've both become far too busy to be regular contributors, but Ben out the blue said to me like, hey, I'm thinking of having a song made, would you like to do it? And I was like, yes please. So that happened, and here we are. So this is where it gets clever, because the DI is separate from the guitar. See, I can really hit that DI and it's not clipping, but because of this new reamp box, the one on the right, or the two on the right there from Signal Art, I'm using the regular one right now, because of them, I can hit the guitar and it's not even clipping the DI, but it's giving plenty of level to that Hughes and Kettner. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to play without a metronome for a little while, and I'm going to record the DI here, and then I'm just going to loop it round, because I can then put the guitar down and get a tone that I really want out of the amp, because right now the amp is a little too crunchy for what I'm thinking. But that's fine, I can just go... I'll show you that. Not my finest hour, but that's fine. All I need is to delete these out, loop that section, and I can not have the guitar live for a second and just loop that so I can put the pick down and listen to how it sounds as I change the settings. So. It does occur to me at this point that even though the input levels look good coming in, I do want to take them all down equally so that the group itself doesn't clip. There we go. Now that's a tone that I much like, and by doing it with reamping, that reamp box was so loud I actually had to turn the output on the reamp box down, and that's the first time I've ever done that with a reamp box. That's very impressive. So if I was to hit record again on the DI to bring that live, right, that's sounding much more Fendery. There we go. So if I give myself some counting, this could probably be. Yeah, let's try that. That's probably going to be double tracked as well. Okay, that was never going to work because it's double the length on the chord changes there. Well done. Blech. Right, so I've got a sound alike. The next thing I'm going to do quickly is there's a lot of competing frequency in the electric piano, so I'm going to dig a load of the mids out of it just so that I can hear myself think. That's a much nicer sound on the electric piano. I'm using the Brainworks Neve console there. I should probably switch back to using the shotgun mic because this microphone in my pocket is not because I'm very happy to see you. It's genuinely a microphone in my pocket, and it's rather painful to sit on. And no, that's not what she said. Let's turn that off. And also, take a very, very short break again. That coffee is going right through me. I am doing good, Brian for life. I'll be right back in a couple of seconds. It looks like the battery in the camera is dying as well, so it's a perfect time to take a quick break, and I'll be back in 2. Okay, I'm back and the camera's back with a fresh battery because I did have one of those plug-in things for the camera and I've managed to kill it already in a good couple of weeks. So, note to self, don't kill those things. Let's not play any more of that. Okay, I think I've settled on doing the thing with the higher octave there, because that's much nicer. There is a very slight the noise is coming from the screen that I'm sat right in front of. I'm just gonna have to live with that, unfortunately. But probably going to put a Brainworks plugin on this guitar, actually. Console N, there it is. That works, because that instantly gates everything. Just without me doing much. Yeah, that's real nice. Oh yeah. So let's move on. Yeah, so I've just put myself a new BX console on there that without me doing anything, it's gone from this to no real background noise because it's knocking a lot off with the expander there. I'll probably... There you go, not let it take too much off, and let's make sure that the compressor's doing something nice. Yeah, I'm not quite good enough for that, but that's fine. Someone shoved a twig in there. Channel 3, smooth. Right, so let's get the click back. So I've chopped the top off it, I'll chop the bottom out as well. Have a nice little 7K lift. And I'm going to push the volume up just while I'm tracking as well. If you can't see, that's behind my head. So I'm going to, just go from 0 on the volume. I'm just going to push it up by 5 dB so I can hear it whilst I track. And let's see how far I get. there. Apparently I can't play chords in time. I'm doing it again. So. That is right, I'm just a terrible guitarist. The panning on the piano is classic 1970s, 1980s Fender Rhodes. It's actually inbuilt into the piano. So it is what I want. Thanks. Stutter at the beginning with some large drums. Not sure about that. Ham-fisted there, but I think for the third time round all the ending stuff, and that ending hook marker should be up there, then it should be a little bit more energy. So if underneath the ba da 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 da, it's just gonna go. I think I'm gonna end up with a copy of Soothe on these guitars when I've double tracked this, because I can hear a couple of spikes coming out. But it's a tone that I like and it's a tone that I want. So, yeah, that's the price we pay. Right, let's edit this lot together. Bow, bow, da, da, bow. Money, money, money. Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, absolutely. Like Marty says, this is just laying the foundation. This is just the groundwork. That is now in my head and will be there for a while. Cheers, boys. Right, so this is where it gets interesting, is because it looks like I've used far too many microphones on the guitars, and arguably I have, but it'll come into its own when I do this, which is duplicate the whole lot, delete all the guitars out of the second one, and make sure, yeah, they're not on record anymore. If I had a little money, boom dum, beat a beep ba boo. So these are all coming in now, and that DI, the original one, can just get muted full stop. And that clean guitar 1 can go to the left, clean guitar 2 can go to the right, and they will be in a group when I've done this. And be processed and mixed and reverbed and EQ'd, because right now it's just tracking. Which is why it's a little bit on the nose. And I'm also thinking that depending on the format that Ben wants for this, I might put a good 16 bars at the start of just like... And just let it have a very gentle build-up so that it can be used underneath the stream, so that when the stinger, when the hook hits, is at a time that he chooses. That would be quite a clever thing to do, so I'm probably going to do that, add that in, and leave that as like a second option. Right, so what I need to do then, if I want to do that, is I need to insert empty space and make sure there are plenty of bars of it. Bring the click out. So yep, so it's funny, I get to hear the click before you do, so there's going to be a bit of a weird shift there. But I am going to record just a little bit more on that left guitar and unmute that. To switch to the Jazz 3 for this to get more precision. Yeah, that's it. Accuracy, please. Two. Oh, no, wrong button. S for split, not D for dynamic. So that should all go from there. What the heck bar is that? Bar 12. Weird place to start, but okay. Let's copy that over. Yeah, so I'm probably just at the start going to have a hi-hat just tick, 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 just gently ebbing it along. So the idea, and again, the volume levels are all over the show right now. There's no dynamics or anything because I'm making sure everything's loud enough that I can hear it clearly as we go on. So that I don't make too many mistakes and not hear them, which is quite important. So let's get this whole thing done. Right, trying to get too clever there. That's nice. I just kind of did it as an extra around there just to make it more interesting. And be way quieter in the final mix, I'm sure of it. Almost got to the end. Almost one-taked it. Oh, am I? Yeah, check my gate. Yeah, probably talking over things. It's one of the difficult parts of running a stream by yourself. But what I might do in future, now I've got the Stream Deck, is I've actually set up a button to turn on and off this microphone so you can hear me speaking. Although that means that I will invariably, at least one point in every stream, forget to turn that back on. So I can't really win because I'm an idiot. And that is what that is. Yeah. Unfortunately, my brain cells, they no good, senor. So that was nice. So what I'm going to do is, record off. Even though there are like 8 tracks there, which is a bit much, 10 if you count the folders. This is where it gets a little cleverer. So I'm going to go clean guitar, group. I'm going to move that BX console N onto the group. Make sure the DIs are both muted. And move everything up into that folder so now I can squeeze it all down. It looks monstrous, but if I decide at any point to remove or change the balance of any of the microphones, then I can just do that. As it stands, I can just minimize them like that. That's now really loud, so I can bring that down. Right. All right, so I do need a ticky from the start to there. So I need to add a MIDI item. I'm thinking I might not even use the real kit at this rate. That's not the drums. Ticky. Snap them to the BT. Ah, the grid's on dotted again. Let's just go ticky. 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 And then make sure it's all properly humanized. Bit less there, so it's more of a. And make sure it's properly. There we go. Yep, you can tell where I do tend to play ahead of the beat a bit, much to my shame. That first bar's on, but I've started rushing to get to the next chord. Okay, I think it's probably time for adding in the bass next, because that'll really start to flesh things out and make it feel like a real set of instruments. So I'm going to add the bass as a group here, and I'm going to add 3. So actually I'm just going to duplicate the DI and throw that in, because that'll save me some recording time, because I'm going to use the same DI, same track, and even the same reamp output. But this is where it gets a little clever, guys, because what I'm going to do for the bass. Oh yeah, I can make the the electric piano sound far more mean. But yeah, what I'm going to do now is go into this Ampeg bass preamp, and I'm going to make sure it's plugged in and powered. So that's on now. You can't see, yeah, there we go. Yeah, so the Ampeg setup is now on. I'm going to make sure ultra low is in. I've got an extra cable here which I'm going to use to patch that. Give me some space. Into the return of the effects loop. Don't you fall over on me, boyo. It's so new I've not even put any Velcro on it yet. Let's look at the back of the Hughes and Kettner. Effects loop return. Now there's an effects loop button there which I'm going to press. And hopefully that'll just give me a nice bass tone out of the back. So there's an extra blue light on the Hughes and Kettner now. That's the... there we go. So yeah, you can see those. I'm going to leave them on that camera. So I'm going to do a very similar thing to what I did when I got the Evertune guitar. So we're going to get my lovely, lovely bass, which is the most ridiculous of the basses. And I'm going to grab the cable. This one is going to need a tuning check because it's not got an Evertune equipped. But let's get that plugged in. Now that one is coming in a little louder. Right, so if I... So it's coming through. There we go. Always one of my favourite warm-ups to do on bass, the sailor's hornpipe, because it gets you a lot of scales and a lot of dancing around, that kind of... But anyhow, I'm getting off track. That should be coming out of the Hughes and Kettner, and I ain't hearing nothing. Now I know that it's going into the Ampeg. Okay, so I can hear that now coming out of the live room. So what I need to do is get a little bit of drink of water. Stay hydrated, kids. Out of my NAM 2020 branded water bottle. And I'm gonna turn this microphone on again whilst I mic up the bass cab. So that reminds me I need to turn off the Hughes and Kettner. And there we go. Yeah, so you should only be able to hear it in the room so far. Okay, let's make sure this is on. Yes, there we go. So... yeah, if you've only been able to hear the bass in the room so far, that is right, that is correct. Now, we go over to this setup with our intrepid reporter, who will switch the... So I'm actually using the Hughes and Kettner Black Spirit as the power amp for this. So I need to take this cable out of here, like so. Plug it in there, like so. And do this and move this whole thing. And I really should have brought a torch. Torchy torch. There we go. So it's a little further down than I thought it was, which is why you do the torch checks. There we go. So having it at this angle should put the dynamic element. I'm actually going to put this a little further out than I usually would because I want a bigger, warmer, fatter sound. This is a 2x12, but it's a bass Fat Boy by Zilla. It's got Celestian's B12. I think they're 300S model. Never actually looked. I've only had it a short while. And so now I can turn the Black Spirit back on. Power! FX loop is on. Probably want that volume to be a bit less. More bass, more mids, not more treble. And let's see. Those mics are overloading, which means that I'm throwing too much volume out into the room. There we go. So the reason I'm doing that first is that now I can engage my two mics, the 640 condenser and the 640 dynamic, without blowing the speakers out. So input sequentially, mono 17 to 18. Ah! Ground lift switch on the back of the reamp box. Fix the noise, what do you know? I'm going to switch back to the shotgun mic so that I don't go absolutely insano with having this stuck in my backside. But yeah, how about that? Most of that noise just went away. Bit less bass, bit less mids, and yeah. Okay, so that's a proper Ampeg preamp going through a nice bass cab now, and that looks a lot like that with the controls pretty much at noon. It sounds like this with my bass. I suspect that effect is coming from the amp. So FX access, mod type, intensity off. The effects in there are probably after the effects loop then, because that was a very definite tremolo I heard on there. The tremolo's now gone. Okay, so yeah, the reverb and delay are actually still on there, but I kind of like it. So I'm just going to make sure this is in tune. And you can change the window size on Reaper's own tuner so it works with bass better. Okay, so I'm going to turn the bass group down a little. And just get track. Not bad. I need to change a few things. I need to get rid of that reverb and I need to track that again. Wasn't steady enough, but that's fine. It was close. So one thing that I did notice is I've turned down the output on the reamp. So I can probably turn that volume down a little more. Delay level needs to be off. Reverb needs to be up. Delay and reverb need to be off. There we go. Yeah, I need to take that back down a little bit because that sounds okay, but it's too loud now. First time in history that I've used a reamp that is actually too loud for that particular circuit. Right, so I am going to run this through the 4000E console. That'll help to get rid of ultra low stuff. I'll be able to compress it quite quickly. And also gate out the background crap. And if at any point there I do need to change anything on the EQ, it's all there available to me. In fact, let's just take everything above 5K off there now. That'll do. Okay, so that wasn't a bad take on the bass, but there were some bits in there that could have been better. So I'm just gonna do it. Do another take. Do another take. No, there was a definite bwomp in there. So let's try that again. And that, I think, is that for the bass part. Now we can look at ear candy, because I think the bulk of what we need for the song is now there. And oh, let's just have a quick listen to the. So this is the condenser mic. It's harmonic action there and the dynamic. It's almost as if my hands were going bam bam ba bam ba ba. Behave yourself, stupid machine. But yeah, bass is always the fastest part for me because it's kind of my home territory. So. Let's unplug that. Next, I think on the second lot of verse loops, I do want to add what I would call a noodle guitar. So basically Henning's dog. No. Well, I can just move them out of there into there. I don't need a group within a group. That gets silly quickly. I don't need the ribbon either. I'm going to try, see what happens with the mic still on the bass cab. And I'm going to pick out the Vola. Because the Vola is a beautiful guitar. This is the Vola Oz, ladies and gentlemen. Look at that. So shiny. Ooh. Tuning. Not a million miles off, actually. The effects loop. The effects loop! Still on. Wow, really? Huh. Settings are all over the shop. There's no pad on there. That's grounded. Ah. That explains a lot. The boost was on the lead. Let's just switch to camera 2 so you can see what's going on. I'm going to switch to the angry reamp box and see if that gives us a bit more of what I'm thinking I should be hearing. Get rid of this cable. This is a lead tone. I'm not particularly impressed there. Let's just switch this out entirely. This one with the switch up. Let's run the DI a little to try and eliminate a bit of that noise. Right, this is going to work, I think, but I'm going to need to do a tone change. I'm going to need to move the microphone because the mic is quite near the edge of that cap, and on a bass cab that's not ideal. Well, baritone cab as I call it. Move it much more centrally. Let's also that and take the delay level way down. A bit less mid, more presence, resonance. Let's see how that sounds over here. See how much of a difference that made. Oh. Sorry everybody, I nearly pooed. What are the notifications? That now needs its treble and presence backing down. Oh boy. And maybe a little bit less volume as well. Let's see how that sounds. We're nearly there. Might need to move the microphone back a little. Less gain now. Okay. Now for one of the oldest tricks in the book. That sounded a little messy because I'm catching a string. So what I'm going to do is grab a good old cloth. And all you have to do, find a clean piece of cloth. This is covered in glue and all sorts of stuff. You should really find a clean cloth, but I don't want to interrupt the stream for 10 minutes looking for clean cloths. And wind it under one string over the next string, under one string over the next string. So that you'll only have to do it once. Because I see people stuffing cloths under strings. And what that does, come on, there we go, is it raises your action, which makes playing difficult. So by doing this really, really gently, I can, as long as I don't mind playing the bottom few frets another day, get a much cleaner guitar sound. Right, let's see how this goes. So I want to go from the second verse loop. Idiot. I was still sending the bass out. Let's try that again without the bass. Tune tuning check. This is going to be way quieter in the mix, by the way. There we go. Who says you can't use a bass cab for guitar? So this whole thing, so that can be muted. Don't need the ribbon channel that you can't even see because it goes behind my head. I do need to move that. Apologies. I'll make that a little further over, a little bit less of that, and a little bit smaller. There we go. You can see a bit more of what's going on the screen now. Oh, so NP has asked twice now. Don't do that. Do I like the Pro RMP? Because the output levels aren't very loud. You mean one of these? That's been my main reamp box for years, and that's the main problem I've had, which is why I've just switched to the Signal Art Electronics DIs, The reamp box, sorry, the Signal Art reamp box is so much better. It's got way more output, and that makes for a much happier time. I wonder if live chat not found. That's just not true. Shut up. Yes. That is now way too loud. So I'm going to use console N and I'm going to bring its thing down. In fact, I'm just going to reset the whole thing and make sure the track's randomized. Okay, seems my number of stream viewers is going down. This is where we add our effects. So I'm just going to add, for now, a room, a plate, and a stereo delay on that screen. So you can see what's going on. But yeah, now I can see what you guys are typing again. So yeah, there was a bit of a tech issue. The YouTube's there, but all is well, all fixed. And so yeah, let's have a look at making sure these go in a folder. Don't miss the folder, there we go. So the room is going to be Verb Suite Classics, and it's going to be, when it loads, as it always is with me, the BM7 Room Studio A Close. The plate is going to be Lustrous Plates. Just sounds right, Lustrous Plates. Probably one of the vocals. Large dark vocal, let's go with that. And the delay is going to be Echo Boy, because it always is Echo Boy with me. Probably a high cut. Definitely a ping pong. Both on quarter note, entirely wet with some saturation. And now I can start doing things like the bass. The bass is really quite dry, so the bass is going to go to the room of all things. And the room is going to have an EQ to stop any of the super low end screwing up the mix. Lustrous Plates, I'm going to do the same. There is actually a low cut inbuilt in Lustrous Plates. And I'm going to do the same with Echo Boy. So this guitar that we just made, the noodle guitar, that needs to go a little bit to the room to give it some space. That needs to go to the room. Needs to go to the plate to give it that massiveness. And the delay to give it the big ping-pongy thing. Right, let's see how that sounds in the mix. Shut up. So, I want significantly more mids in the guitar, so going back at 1K was a bad idea. Let's push that even further, but just have less overall levels. There we go, we're starting to get somewhere now, I think. Do you need to order me pizza? I appreciate the gesture, but I did eat just before I went on stream, so I appreciate that, but I'm okay. Thank you. Sorry, I got locked into a bit of a mix thing then. But I mean, as far as a skeleton structure goes, I'm quite happy with this. Let's start adding another key type thing, but I'm going to call this Twinkle, because it's lacking a high end something. What that high end is, I need to work out, and I'm going to use something from Arturia to do that. But the question is what? DX7. Good old DX7. These off here. And move the vola. Thank you, buddy, but you are currently... There's so much twinkle you can do with the DX7, it gets silly. Let's find a classic DX7 sound that's got some twinkle. All types. Keys. Someone was saying synthwave in the chat before. Yeah, you can go really synthwave for this if you want. That might be kind of it. Let's try that in context. What's making the noise? Is it all the BX console? Oh no, it is the DX7. No, that's just piercing in context. That's quite a Ben-ish kind of sound. Cool. So I now need to glue those together. Look through for any real bum notes, because there were some in there, definitely. And then definitely volume automate this all over the show so that it goes a lot further down in a lot of places and is not then trying to be the star of the show. Right, cool. So, the bass back by just a couple of frames. There's something in the upper mids of the bass there that is conflicting. That's really coming together. I'm liking it. Let's have a go. Let's have a go back to the start. Come on, brain. I think I might add another layer that's even twinklier than that one. And this one can be... No, this is going to be a Mellotron, because I can't live without a Mellotron. Good old Mellotron. Mellotron. Da, da, da. Mellotron. Da, da, da. Question is... which Mellotron sound? That's nice, but the cellos aren't helping. Right, so I do like the Mellotron very much. But I do need to do some work to it. There we go, so it's much thinner, so it should fit in the mix much better. Now, a trick called pseudo stereo. And now I can make it much less loud. And I can also send that through all the reverbs and delays. Let's see how this goes. Well, yeah, getting the right idea, but I do have to go with that kind of hoot, hoot, hoot thing. Awesome. Hello, Josh in chat. How you doing? Good to see you. There were a few technical flubs in there. Let's make sure I'm viewing it on rectangle mode. So flubs are more important to catch when it's in this kind of mode. Okay, and I'll make sure that's a nice soft introduction in for the mellotron. I think we got it. Right, let's run this through Master Desk just to get a little bit more level on it. I had a thought that I think maybe Ben might appreciate. I'm going to get this exact electric piano sound, MIDI, and I'm just going to take the volume automation off it. I'm going to take the actual thing itself out, and I'm going to add in something else. And hopefully, using another Arturia thing, I'll get a very bleepy bloopy, really fast sort of arpeggio thing. Let's see if a Prophet will do it. So let's get that in there, just that. Not what I had in mind. Let's change that out for something else and cut our losses there. The buckler might do it, actually. The buckler easel might do something very similar to what I have in mind. Just going to turn the volume down on that before it kills us all. I'm also going to glue all this together and bump it up by an octave. Awesome as that is, let's try the Jupiter. I think the Jupiter might give us more joy. As much as I would love to take a tour, Arturia, I'm a little busy with entertaining people on stream whilst making music. Let's go sequence, Oh, pa pa pa. That sounds really cool. Let's blend that in with the electric piano. Let's try quantizing this and see how it goes. Start it on the bar. Oh, wow, that was getting harsh. There we go. Yeah, this is getting a bit... Well, that's the thing. It's kind of early 90s gaming. Yeah, but that's kind of what I'm going here is just blending in a little bit of something, a little bit more electronic than I would normally go for. Shut up! Put it in random mode, see what that does. I think we're getting there. So, what I'm going to do at this point is save this. And see about maybe getting an MP3 over to Ben and see if we can get him to actually... oh, not 48 minutes of the entire project. Gee whiz. Hopefully you won't hear this. Good, you don't hear that. Right, okay. So yeah, that's now going through and is going to make its way to Ben very shortly. And I know he's in the middle of his stream, but let's just see if we can't get this over to him momentarily. Let's just switch over so you're not staring at a thing. Studio Ben. The MP3 version is now there. Let's go. Let's just see if we can get his attention on stream. Oh, now it's making me sign in. Oh. This is obviously not the most interesting viewing. Hopefully, once I've got this done, then I'll be able to show you what's going on a bit more. So as you can see right into my stuff. Luckily, it doesn't show you my full email addresses. Not that it's particularly important, because that email address that you could see there was one that I use all the time for public stuff, so it's not the worst. It's not like I've given you all my personal informations. Okay. Oh, it came back. Yeah. I am thinking it sounds really good. So let's get this over to Ben. Let's just get
down there. Have we been in there yet?
Or that like super low platform?
Down there, yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know if we have.
I wonder if I can.
Okay, so I've just put that in the chat there.
See you, buddy.
There we go. Yeah, you couldn't see my personal stuff anyway. That's great.
There you go.
Oh, yeah.
Close?
Oh, it actually stops me. Well, alright. Yeah, I think we gotta go around.
I'm gonna try it this way. Come on! Come on! No. Alright, I think we have to head back.
Okay.
Whatever game this is looks kind of cool.
Fun as like a last thing to check out.
Also terrifying.
Oh wow, yeah, it's just about 1 o'clock. Yeah, let's do it. Yeah, I think so too, is Thaddeus.
Okay. Come on, Ben, see the thing.
This way. And go around. Hi, buddies.
They sound hostile. Yeah, this is a very fun co-op game.
Oh yeah, I think this game is perfect.
Looks like he's probably not going to, at this rate at least, see the message. He's a little distracted, so I think we'll just have to call it there.
Yeah, this feels like we've moved it.
Which is a shame, but hey. Oh, hello.
This is the other side?
Yeah.
No
right,
way.
so, yeah.
That's so funny.
Alright, well, in that case, that's absolutely fine. But that was how to write a song. I can always go back and re-record things and improve on the sounds and such in future. Come back to it, maybe put real drums in there, because the drums feel like they lock in the least of everything. I can always add more instruments, take instruments out, change it. But that was my process, is try and get as much of my equipment ready as possible that it's out of my way, and then record so that if it is good, I don't have to then do it again. Because I always find that the most pleasing sounds are the ones that I want to keep, and the ones that I want to keep are the ones that inspire me to keep writing. So there you go. Hope you all found that really useful, and I think that is where I'm going to call the stream for the day. So thank you everybody for watching. What day is it? It's Friday. Right, so I'm releasing a video tomorrow, then I should be live Sunday night, mixing a song from Aurora Project, who have been on my channel before. And then there's another video coming out Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, blah. So much to do, so much happening. And thank you again for joining in the stream. Tell your friends, all that kind of stuff. And I'll see you in the next video. See you later. Hey everyone, that might be the end of the video, but if you fancy carrying on this conversation, we have a Discord server, link is in the description. We're also on Patreon, which is something you can really help us with. We also are on Facebook, Instagram and Twitter at Hop Hole Studios. See you there.